everything seems correct. Yes. Hello Blender folks, welcome back. This is Pxy-VERSE, and today we are gonna continue the webcomics prod pre-production quest for yes, exactly. And here we'll see this is a scene, a file, actually a blend file that is called Space Landscapes. So as you can imagine, if you've been following this workflow and if you're familiar to Blender, so I have an asset library. Let's organize here, and this is where I'm placing these landscapes all from this scene. So the world are actually, yeah, just to keep organized. So but the world, they are space landscapes, so they are also being sourced from this scene, and we can see this because I can clear these assets here if I want, each of them. And also if we check here, current file, current file, current file, more than that, okay, so to have these asset marked objects there. And so I've made I followed two geometry nosed galaxy tutorials, and both great actually. I also learned many of tricks with the shader editor, but these ones are mainly, they use shader editor but very minimalistically. It's just for the but it's not like, yeah, those are instances. They are curved galaxies with they are mesh objects, right? But then they are converted to curve. I'm gonna check here how that, yeah, I cannot explain how everything there, but I have now a clear idea how that works. And I'm gonna make a highlight soon of regarding the how I'm saving them, exporting videos, right? Rendering videos with transparency for EEVEE. So actually I have two options. I could bring them as assets. They are really incredibly lightweight apparently, right? And especially this one that runs on instances, while this one runs on UVs. You see these balls are UV spheres, and this one is instances, and these points are very lightweight. But in EEVEE they have, if we see from distance, it's very diminished. We might have hard time to see. They will be actually these losangles, this, yeah. So this is can be frustrating on EEVEE because you cannot apparently change them into spheres. Procedurally yes, but the as being points they need to be like that. But this is not a problem for my rendered stuff. It's just that if you see from afar here, it's because there would be glare, you know, from the compositor, but I don't have here. So this is very nice. And so I did some videos here. Let's show what I have here. So this is, we don't see with transparency, but this is will be a screen video. Well, yeah, a plain video that we can place in the right. So there we can have more than one like that. Here I'd have to record because there's a recorded the other the corner of the other galaxy. This one is okay, but it's too short and very low resolution, I think. So it's the same of this one. This one also a mistake here, right? But there's cool thing in this method here, because this one is cyclic. So there's some tricks, and while this one is not cyclic, so I have to record it in a longer frame range and not try to cycle it, the animation, while this one is cyclic. And but this one is more chaotic, right, the motion. So maybe this is why it will be maybe very hard to try to make this cyclic the way it was conceived, right? While this one, it's much simpler, but it's beautiful. It can be much better also. And this let's get for the geometry nodes here real quick. So this is the Galaxy 1, and so basically let's get some soundtrack also. Hold on, folks. Okay, here. So the first one that I've made, so it gets here, we got some, yeah, the scene time. This is for the cyclic stuff. Then we have some multiply. I don't know what's missing here. Anyways, let's see if I barely remember anything here, but curve, fill curve, distributed points on face. So there is a fill curve. That means that actually there's a plane there that becomes a this thing for distribution on points. That there's a noise texture on the node that will displace in the z-axis. So this is why this gets three-dimensional. So that's very nice. Very nice proposition. And here I don't remember. Then we have some set point radius. This is super cool because then we can adapt here the, I think, the instances, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna mess here because this is saved, but yeah. So there's a tutorial about that, and that is all you need to know here. The other one, it's a different approach. So, but also use curves. Then I tried to make it without the UVs, but it made a different result. So let's see what it. Yeah, it has an extra mesh there, but it's procedural mesh. So of course this will be emission, so they will be much better with the. So there's a way to get the radius vary according to, no, not this one. Set material, instance on point. So this will be. Yeah, so here's the driver. Okay, so this is the. Interestingly, here there is yeah, this driver is for this data here, end frame, and we just get a copy as new driver and paste in this math divide node here. It's a math node, right? But it's divide, and then the scale time gets the frame to this value which is driven. We can control by here, so that as, and most important, the divide I think is to make it slower, the animation, I'm not sure, but the rotation, right? It's applying to the only the z-axis of rotation, so of a transform geometry. But this is applying to mesh, instance on points. Yeah, I think they already converted to, yeah, this is mesh, this is, so this was already converted to instances, right, on point, so it's already this stuff, I guess. Yeah, also because here, icospheres, yeah, those are, the small ones are icosphere, and the center is UV sphere. Then we set the material. I ended up using the same material for, and I have already another object, but I'm not using it here, but I tried to do something with it. I tried to use this thing, but I wasn't able to get it a gradation like there is for the other ones, based on the length, based on certain attribute that is mapping, that then we use in the shader, right? Where is that attribute? So I wasn't able to create something, yeah, this attribute spline. So there's a original name, then we can store named attributes. So this is like the, it's not a new V here, It's instead, this will be some sort of data from the spline parameter. So I don't know what is the factor, but the length would be like I think the length can be used here from this spline parameter for knowing the distance of a curve, of each curve object, of each curve in the curve object. So this is and then we can use this to map, to make a mask that with a color ramp that will, but I don't know what this really is about, because I tried to reuse it for, or make an adaptation for these arms here, glowing arms, but to make them different colors I couldn't find how to map it in terms of shader using the same material, so weird. So probably there would be a way, it should be easy, but not for me. So then we have here, very interesting, this is tau. It's like double pi, right? Pi divided by multiplied by 2, so it's the full circle, right? In some abstract way, right? So it's the whole circumference multiplier, and by having this here, it will make sure that the whole system here, whichever value put here, since it is driven by this, we cannot do this by control and, right? Here this won't automate. Oops, this won't automate, so you need to get this by, see, you need to do this manually, but then it is driven. So this will control the speed, and because the tau, the double pi, right, will make this this thing synchronize with the timeline, but it will change the speed of rotation, right? So this will speed fast, but it will, see, it is synchronized. So this is very ingenious, I like it. And so it could be any value, provided we match it here. And then the tau, because of this factor, right, it's really like a multiplication factor, that tau, that will converge to the idea of the whole circumference. So it's like 1 radians, yeah, it will be something like that. So we get the full circle. So any I don't know exactly the maths here, the formula that will provide this thing. It's a bit complicated, but I think you got the idea. Basically, we have a factor that means the whole circle, the whole cycle of a circle. Then you have to get it divide by a value here. This division will make a value that is very low, and time. I'm thinking here, what creates the speed anyways, because this frame augments, but the output, the velocity doesn't, the speed doesn't change, so it's a constant speed, right? But this value, the output here, with multiplied by whichever it is multiplied by this, will be a factor, right? It's a times x, right? You know, it's a sort of a a as a factor, like a constant that will be this constant here, the tau double pi, and that will just make it cycle. I'm thinking how that could be used on the other galaxy. That will be ideal, but I think that I should try, but this may have some chaotic motion because the way the arms move, they sort of are probably displacing they are desyncing with everything, so it's a bit some sort of distortion as it progresses. So the natural way galaxies move, right, they get changed over time, right? Because there is no limit to the atom, right? The atom has apparently an infinite range, so it propagates, or it is touching everything, right, in the universe, because even if its power of gravitation or whichever other thing it sends, like the energy it propagates, the waves, this energy, well, it's still propagating, and so there is no size for the atom, and even at very far distance its gravity pull is still, and other waves are still there, right? It is an interesting thought. I read this in a book anyways, but this concept, a mathematical concept, right? Philosophical but mathematical concept, because even the equations tell that, right? The atom, the gravitation field, right? You know, doesn't tell where it ends, when it ends. Hence, if we believe the physics of that, then okay, the waves are okay. Let's go to something else, folks. Sorry about this. Let's go for the so this is the landscape. Let's close here, and I'm gonna show how we are going to. Oh yes. The time for the highlight, folks. I need to show how to export this kind of video with transparency. Let's get here the okay, I'm gonna get this, and how do you call this is rendering videos with alpha transparency, which is RGBA, right? Then RGB alpha, right? Red, green, blue alpha. Then also importing videos, then files, then having them show transparency in EEVEE Shader. Alright, so big text, yeah, so I have to go through all this in order to find out. So basically, let's say that I have the camera here, and let's say I want to, yeah, so I have to bring this further away so you stop rendering them. Let's render from the top here. Well, my view is, how do you zoom this? Just scroll here, right? Maybe for the top we need a camera that is, yeah, so these values I'll be changing. So for this test, let's make this very low value here. We want let's divide this by no, it's not divide, but what I want is to do this as a square. Okay, so you're just gonna paste this here, right? Then we place the camera here. Maybe we let's pick the camera GZ. Alright, we're gonna get closer. Looking from the top. So I don't want to be rendering those scene lights, it's just the whole thing, just the assets there, and we want to go here, render tab, transparency. So this is better, I need to be switching this. Maybe I should make a shortcut for this, but no, that can be dangerous for other scenes, other files. So here we're gonna, also there's a sun, maybe I don't want to render this one. So just this is good enough. Then let's make a test here. Okay, it's a bit displaced to the size, so why is so difficult? Okay, I need to pick the camera. GZ. Let's try again. Yeah, it's kind of far, right? It's big, right? Bigger than I can watch here. Okay, this one seems good. So I'm going to reduce here this length. So I'm gonna make like 60. I think this will be rather fast. So here the render settings. Yeah, okay, square, this is just for speed here. Here I don't care, I'm using this default one. Then here is what matters. So I'm gonna place this in this space landscape test as a name. Now it's gonna call this test 0.01. Okay, then we got FFmpeg video, but then I need to change here the RGB, but I need to go on encoding instead of Matroska WebM. So apparently others like QuickTime would work for grabbing. There's nothing color management in this case. So WebM seems to work. Well, no. Oh, hold on, it's not what I'm doing. Output. I've lost the setting that I had. So let's keep Matroska. It's not here, it's video codec. So QuickTime animation. If we get here a QuickTime, that would that will allow this RGBA, which the A is for the alpha. But I don't have apparently this plugin, so I just kept Matroska, and I found out that WebM and VP9, this thing seems to work. So this will be the thing that I was using. Then I Control F12. So remember, this has got the transparent, and I'm not enabling scene lights nor scene world because I don't want to have I don't want to have any influence here. Also this, I think it doesn't matter. Control F12, and so here, see, pretty fast render. The cool thing is render from the top. It's more rational than tilt the video, right? The plain video in a certain. Okay, of course this is very tiny, we don't barely see anything, but that's okay for a test. Then let's go to another file. Yeah, I have saved it. It should be here. So I'm gonna open my main scene here. We're gonna then start working there. Dorothy Lounge. So here I have this one, which is from the original file, but we're gonna bring another one this time. We're gonna do a, so this is a plane actually, so we're gonna do another one. So because what I've made there was a video, right? So add a plane, there we see it, rotate X, apply all transforms. Okay, then we can, I'm inclined to place it there, right? So I'm gonna check the faces. Apparently it's, yeah, I'm gonna flip this, alt and flip, right? Why not scale this, scale 4 times, right? Let's bring it to background, right? So Galaxy 00, whatever. No, Galaxy 001 or whatever. Now let me remember how to achieve this. Okay, shading. That video is not an asset. Like I might have some screens assets here, animated screens. These are animated materials, but they're not supposed to be videos. Can we assetize videos, by the way? What are videos? Maybe we can't, but we can assetize their screens if they are like this already. That for sure. Okay, so unsure here what to do about this, but we're gonna ignore. We're gonna just do the equivalent there, as I did for here. So basically, I need to create a material, or yes, I need to, so it's a very simple thing, but for EEVEE render engine, yeah, we are on EEVEE render engine, we need a special thing apparently for to see the transparency of the plane of the video. It's very weird. So what I'm gonna, Workbench already sees the transparency, but EEVEE apparently has a problem with it. I don't know about cycles, we're gonna check it immediately. So I could start from scratch, but no, let's use this material, be easy. So it's called material, no, I'm gonna call this screen, no, what is this? Matte screen galaxy, whatever. Yeah, we are treating it as a transparent screen. So also 01, even though we're gonna change. So here's the video, it contains, except that I'm gonna make this another one and call this 2. I'm gonna make fake user here, so we're gonna use this one will keep one, this one will gonna bring the second one, so this is the same. I'm gonna ignore what we have here, this mixed shader thing. So we have an emission, and so we're gonna, so UV coordinates, so nothing new here, it's exactly a control T from this, like here, except that we need to create like image texture, like to be like open, then we need to find that video. So Yes, I have my asset library here, not the work in progress, so videos. And here I have the landscape test. Yeah, it was this one with 60 frames. And you see, we see the alpha there already from Blender, this Blender file view system here, right? Same for all of these others. These ones are old screens assets, they don't have this feature apparently, so I would need to remake them. So you see that, okay, now we don't see nothing, but if I go on the workbench, solid viewport shading, you see that we see indeed transparency, because it's as if it were it's alpha data, right? So it doesn't matter if it's a movie or an image texture. It workbench recognize it's glass. No, it's transparency. It's alpha. So we get it straightforward here from a workbench. But apparently EEVEE cannot read it, and I don't know why. So here we're gonna just make this. We're gonna make this. Start frame, frames, yes, 60, start on 1, okay, cyclic, auto refresh, I think it's good, and here, yeah, so here, I thought that this would help for EEVEE, but apparently not. So I'm gonna just delete this one, we're just gonna connect, oh, I can just the Control T here, right? No problem. So if you connect this to the material output, this might not work for EEVEE. Well, it works, it's just a color map, right? But that is a video. However, then this is we could make it into a. Okay, so currently the solution that I have, okay, I want to get it as an emission. We can make it stronger, right? Because this will be seen from the distance. This might help also the glare. I'm gonna check in a moment from compositing. Then what we do is that, okay, we had this fact, then we have a, we're gonna bring then a transparent BSDF, and we're gonna mix them together, and either we have, oh, this is not perfect because, okay, so maybe it's an add shader then, or I need a mask. No, it's not like that. Not like that. Let's use the. Okay, so you can use the active dynamic color mask as. Not sure this is working. Well, it seems to be working. Not sure, there are some glitches. I think not. So, so the mix shader wasn't doing its job. But what if we hold on? Just curious now. Let's get emission. Let's also let's try something here. What if I do this? No, this doesn't work. So you need this color map here anyways. Okay, wait, what happened? What just happened? No, we don't want this, okay. Does the other material use that technique? No, it was using this. Oh yeah, it used. Oh, and now you plugged the alpha. Okay, so I didn't see that detail. Let's just bring it there, and Alright, so it has an alpha, so you just connect the alpha to, I don't think this, yeah, this alpha is this map, right? An alpha map, and of course the alpha map is for the FAQ. So, and we don't want this. Okay, we want to connect here. This is, I don't know what is this for. Okay, so we need the alpha socket there. Grayscale, non-color socket. How is this called? Okay, gray socket, right? Gray noodle. And so, yeah, no, nothing else to do here. It was precisely this that we had to do for EEVEE. As for cycles, I'm curious about this. I hope this won't crash my... Okay, so let's see. The color won't... well, it appears on cycle, right? That doesn't work, right? We need to do the we need to bring the... Okay, we see that we don't see transparency, so probably it's not, and with this we see transparency, so it's not something about EEVEE, it's really alright. And here we got another one. So this one was, this one is much bigger, but their resolution is, both their resolutions are very poor. So, but we can like Alt D this, maybe we can. Yeah, so of course they don't rotate in this speed, right? This is just for an exaggeration, right? To see what we can achieve here. And why can't we have galaxies spinning in this speed, right? That will be faster than the speed of light, maybe. So it's crazy, right? Or the universe is going faster on that. Alright, so the resolution can be made better. So this is how we can get this stuff, right? Screens with alpha videos work on EEVEE. Let's export and then work on EEVEE. Yesterday I was doing this this automatic door here. It's a shape key. So it's a single mesh object, but it has separated meshes, so we can at least separate it where it needs to be, right? Some details I didn't perfect, but it's doing its job, so this is what matters. You see, we can morph the structure if we want. That is good. Alright, so what we can do today on this scenery, right? We are organizing these assets there, but we need to have better exporting of them, better renderings. You see that the light objects, they have color. This is because I've enabled the light colors. This helps visualize, anticipating what they are about. So I'm thinking here what we could be doing next. Okay, this is not good. I have a list of assets to achieve, folks. So yeah, we could try. Okay, we have totally done the galaxy, even more than one. Ring planet. Should I do something? No, we'll do small stuff here. So there's the idea of the plants, this fern ceiling. That will be a good thing to do, because if I can achieve this, it's a bit chaotic stuff, but the cabinet shelves would be, these are waiting for too long, right? Let's do the cabinet shelves. So basically would be better if I had some inspiration, but I believe something a bit like this, right? Also, you need to fix the asset structure. Alright, let's do something about it. It's I forgot something when I made the boolean cuts. I'm not sure this can be automated. No, this is not necessary. It's just these parts. This seems to be already merged, so this is good. Looks like we have problem with these materials. Alt N flip. There's no mesh here, right? So something about, maybe it's inverted scale. No. Okay, so this thing has a geometry node set up. I don't remember this problem, but this will certainly be a mistake if it is left like this. There is a flip face thing here. Let's do it here. Flip faces. Alright. There's still something there that is not. Well, these they get covered. Let's try to bring this here then. No. Maybe here. Then I don't see the. Okay, let's do it here. So this could be affecting the shadings there. Then we can save. We fixed some return to original file. Good. Okay, these tables now are corrected. No more glitching around. So now we can get to the cabinet. So here, yeah, this will be a good spot to create one. I want to create them here, but then they would need to be how do you say, bring back to the assets furniture scene. So I'm gonna, not for the first time, but I'm gonna try to fix the workflow then. Okay, so we could try to isolate this. Let's try to do a little procedural thing here. Why I'm using this thing? Let's the mirror side is the left, I think. Yeah, whatever it is. I'm making in this direction. Let's just do this. Yeah, actually, no, I know what's going on. It's because I'm building it from this angle, so naturally it gets no, it's the opposite, folks. So let's flip this. Mirror X global, there we go. So we're gonna add a this is for rendering, right? I need to use this screen in a better way. Yeah, I'm gonna do something different here. Yeah, this workspace, it's all nah. I need to set up my own workspace not from scratch, but from a good setup like this one. Like, can I do some duplicate? Oh yeah, we can duplicate current. So I should be doing this for a long time. So this will be the yeah, here I am. Let's do layout 1. So this is like we want all those things, right? Anything else that I want from this? This is like planning. All right, let's see something else. Let's return here. I was about to do. Oh yes, then I remember. So we want duplicate workspace. We're gonna call this reorder to back. No. Next workspace. No. Can't I just okay, I know what to do. So reorder to front, reorder to front. Okay, so this will be layout 1 for planning. This will be for rendering. So it'll be like I'm gonna make this Shift F5, and here we want to have like the camera stuff here. We don't want the navigate. We might not want anything here. Yeah, I might not want a lot of things here. And why this camera is looking like that? Oh no, these are just some special guys of the camera. The camera is this thing. And of course we want this. Okay, so this will be layout 2, whatever. We could do plan and film, yeah, like for filmmaking. Alright, then what is this? Yeah, I'll no, these are serving me because they are. I will reset many other useful things. this is backface culling. Control Shift C. We don't want it right now, so Control numpad 1 here. No, not we need to change this yet, so GY GX maybe about here 5 and like a box then. Six. Well, what happened to oh yeah, that's badly positioned in relation to the origin, and the origin is also stupidly positioned. Gonna try, okay, I need to decide 5 then, okay. Gonna get it from the back side. Finally, so let's return to the yeah, so planning it to be in according to the current scene. This should help getting the asset better. Let's start working with the material that would help in. So first I want to inset here. Negative 0.1, can we do this? No, it's not like that. Okay, this detail really doesn't matter, so I'm gonna do it visually. So I want to create this kind of structure here, then we can Shift D, scale, this will probably require a solidify rate, but this will mess all the geometry here. Let's try to create a to see how it mess up the... No, okay, factor. Alright. It's because this thing is now it's trying to solidify itself, right? Well, not. Okay, so this works. I hope this will work. So continue here. Then I'm gonna make some shelves. What's going on with this? Increment this. Okay, we don't care about the... Well, actually, I do care, but this is annoying, so... Yeah, I already lost some data there from this, so no, let's ignore this perfect alignment. Let's go back to the asset. I'm lost. Right, let's get some material first. So we're gonna bring this from the asset library. So I have now already assigned this material wood here. Good, but we're gonna work with the UVs. But we're going to make some shelves here. So we're gonna start with shelves for... Actually, we need to make first just a structure here. No, not like that. How can I do this for this? Okay, maybe we can bevel this already. I'd like to cut here, but I don't want to cut the sides. Okay, this apparently is working. Maybe we can get this little to the back, make more space here, not too much. So this we could extrude like, actually, GY, yeah, we can do this. Maybe we need more space here, yeah, so now everything here doesn't look, it seems too big, too profound there. We don't need this. Okay, this is better than now. For shelves we could get like this. Let's divide it in just a little more. So inset boundary without boundary and extrude about here. No, didn't work. We need to bevel this. It's okay, it's not the same value, but it's approximate. That's good enough for a workflow. Okay, this is nice. Then can we do something about this? Yes, probably can bevel this. In the past I never cared too much about these bevels, but they are actually good for design. So this step here, maybe it's a bit exaggerated, but that should work. And then okay, so here is already base thing, but what else can we do here? We could take this off with shape key, right? The shelf, the lower one, but let's see. Anything we can do at the top now? Yeah, then we could have other variations of this, of course. So here we can try this. Bevel or not to bevel? I could just cut this to start with. And smooth this whole thing, yeah. Why would that be any useful? For nothing. A dangerous structure actually. Let's take it off, and I think nothing else to do about this, and so this is an interesting operation here. I never used this barely, but this can actually be very good for what I'm trying to do. Like, yeah, not totally good, but alright, let's try to make some cuts here. Then okay, we're gonna be doing this, extrude, solidify is going crazy. The vertex group is still there, so it's just yeah, so I never understand this. So basically, I will ignore the solidify because it just causes too much problem. I'm just gonna extrude these faces accordingly. It will be like extrusion case or just a Shift D and scale according to a certain. No, there's another operator for this. It's a shrink flatten, so Shift D, Alt S. And then we just do this and this and bridge edge loops, not the center though. No, this didn't work. And then recalculate outside, good. And that's it, no more need for this. Then what we can place here that could be interesting. Let's bevel this. Yeah, we need some technology, right? So more materials here, folks. So there is many. So one thing that there's some glass material. Let's not vertex group shape keys soon enough. We're gonna make this animation for this thing opening. Maybe some other stuff, we'll see. So we're gonna bring the glass here and we're gonna assign this glass outer space. No, I want glass inner space. Okay, for now we got this thing, and we could probably subdivide this into different parts, right? Then we get like this trick select random. No, it's not like that. It's a checker deselect. Okay, could be that. And then we get another material. So here we could get the yeah, let's actually bring two of them here. We're gonna get something animated. So you have the 05. Okay, we get 01 assign. Then we get this, get the other one. Now I get this plus, no, it didn't work. And we assign this, right? Select this, UV reset. Okay, we can do better, but this already signalize some crazy stuff we can do. Okay, let's get this glass all around. Or maybe not. Now it distracts too much. Yeah, let's skip wood here. Here is the bottom. Maybe it's not too bad, but I have a better idea. We're gonna do like this. I need to find a way to stop this to... Yeah, it's just the animation, right? So that's fine for now. Not sure this is... Okay, we need to go to the shading now, because these are procedural materials, need to be on EEVEE. They don't have... how do you call it? They don't... Shading, yeah, the shading, I don't need this. This is for the film. So I've made this new duplicate current from my own layout. So yeah, this glass material has some transparency. This can be nice, except that we see some holes, so this is not good in right now. I'd have to fix this. We'll need to sort of make a... There's a loop tools, where's the... Loop tools bridge. I think there's... No, this is not the... I seen someone doing something like this. Yeah, maybe it will be that, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. Anyways, we need to continue here, ignoring this problem, but we can do this, and then and maybe it's, well, now I can do this, yeah, and then I can create the face and this other face, and then I can do this now. Yes, except that now these are two, so let's try GG, and D as for the lower ones also. That didn't work. Yes, the vertical lines are correct, or not so correct, so we got some mistakes in the end, yeah. So, not good. Well, let's pick the whole face then. This, not this one. This one and GG. And now this one, GG, yes. Now this GG and GG, yeah. Now that seems correct. Numpad \, because if we isolate this without the lightings on EEVEE and we don't have any setting to prevent other problems, it will become super dark. Alright, now these shelves are good, just need some plants, some books and other stuff, right? So I think we can make some decorative sci-fi stuff here. I think this and this, and so you can start with maybe these ones to get something like this already, and yeah, not bad, not bad. And I'm not satisfied with this one though, so I have to find something more convincing than wood. Yeah, big screen is not good. They are too flat stuff, right? This part here, I think we can revise. We are gonna probably would be nice to make some unwrap of some of this, right? That is acceptable, and then here, shading, yeah, we need here scale this down. Rotate 90 degrees. Scale along the y-axis, squash them. Yeah, it will be hard to get back what I had in the original, but this let's continue trying some basic okay, so that can work for now. Then these are okay, this stuff. Let's try to do something about these ones. Click on the library assets. Let's see what we can bring here. Could be more glass. Intriguing, but the way they reflect light is not suspicious. Could cause some problems. This will be metal stuff. They are interesting, but maybe let's try this other one then. They are reflective, that's nice, but they are a bit too dark. This one a bit too better in that aspect, but it's a bit too grayish. I think this is more artistic, especially if we can. Let's try this other one. Metal patch, this is good. Let's try this one. Is no, too dark. This of course is a bit too dark in the niche, right? And this metal dark, which needs some improvements, it's certainly too dark. So we got something metal, aluminum. Now this is, I think this one, if we address the UVs, we might be able to get some cool patterns. About this scale. Yeah, it's a bit, don't see very well, but it conforms somewhat well. Then the other idea would be to have like not sure. Oh, we need to bring it, of course. This one works a little better. Okay, it's just a simple brick. Oops, it's the UVs. it's pleasant, it's simple, but it's pleasant. So I think we can try to conform this, and yeah, that sort of works. And then we can, what I can do is maybe pick the central one. Yeah, I'll pick the central one, bevel, and here we're gonna ignore these faces, and here we could do anything like this, or also you could try to bevel these corners. Not sure what will happen here. No, nothing, no big deal. So we'll do this. Then that means but it's a bit too small of a detail, so no, it doesn't work doing this. Not enough space for this bevel here. So we're gonna pick this material, gonna exchange for more lighting in there. Not a terrible idea. Okay, this is actually an interesting idea. Okay, let's keep this sci-fi madness, and then we here in the front, I think this is not good, so I'm gonna do something else here. Yeah, we see through this, we already know the problems that will cause. We would like something different here. There's already trouble here. Oops, this is wrong. Let's try. I do have a rock in front of this stuff. Why not, right? Sand, more rock. Then rock metamorphic, let's see. Yeah, rock schist. Well, this is from this room, no. Crystal, didn't work. Yeah, this one we need some. Well, it's very specific. It's not working here. Glass simple. This I'm not sure I'm using it anywhere. Long time no see. Why would you want carpet stuff here? Nah, this doesn't work. So screen cube. Oh yeah, this is a sort of a hologram. We could have the galaxy asset here if it was assetized, but as a screen. This is weird, right? we could think about that. If we don't want this, we could have like a floating screen on top and as a separate object, or just apply the mirror, right? But no, I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, I like the proposition here, so maybe we can keep this. I mean the proposition, not that I want to keep this screen, which needs to be updated anyways. So here now the problem is that we see through these glasses and this is incorrect. Because they are transparent in Workbench. If I made them totally dark in Workbench, now I can't even, well, I can try right here. It's just annoying, but it won't destroy the material. Let's see, where do you have glass? It's there. So we can see the wood there. But if I go on here, let's break this link. Now I can edit the material. This is for the EEVEE wants transparent for this glass inner space. Okay, so it's not just a reflective thing. And here is for the okay, so we see through. We are still seeing through. And we are still seeing through because of some no alpha. A long time I did this thing. I don't see any option here for these are seem to be default. Alpha here. No, alpha is so apparently this thing plays a role here. Light paths. This is a setup. I don't know how to explain. Something about, I don't really know what it does. It's just seemed to work, but now it turns out not really the way I was looking for. And here it just seems to be broken. So no problem, I can just, it's not saved here, so this, I just break the link, it will be deleted, right? So we can just bring back either the glass here, which is not currently working, but at least this one we don't see although it glitches with the changing, maybe not on other, so I'm gonna take a risk and keep it, but I need to at least verify I see that I forgot to dissolve some stuff here. Maybe we can dissolve this as well. Yes. Okay, this is interesting until we realize it's a cube. So that's nice. Let's try to. I have these ones. What you can do with this cut? And so now I have this face loop. No, it's not a. Oh yeah, it's not a face loop because there's some random. Okay, still not. See you. Now it is. Okay, so this one we could. It's currently having this glass, but we could try. No, of course, we want something more subtle here, so if it's not the glass, yeah, the glass is, it's okay, let's skip it. And here we don't have something here, right? This is, okay, I've lost the, bring back that glass in space, assign, there we go. Alright, this is nice. Then we have what else you have to do? Yes, so there's this inner part. We can bring this out. We can do this, and then we get this too. Okay, you know what? Let's UV unwrap all this. Start by getting this, just like the same pattern there. But then we're gonna Alright, this is fine. Then we get this and this to become bricks. Not really working. They seem to be a bit too squashed. Okay, I need something like this, and finally then this and this 3D cursor, scale Z, let's get them closer and get this wire 2, right, and reset. Maybe do this a little. Okay, then we're gonna also reset, light back again. Scale the Z-axis or X-axis. X-axis, then just a little hold shift. Good. Alright, and then for this top here we're going to maintain wood, yes, but we are going to do something like this. This one yeah, I'm just gonna change the scale. Yeah, it can stay on that pattern. And this, we don't want it to stay in this pattern because if you look from the top, we can easily confuse it there. This is more likely, and we can accept this side ones, yeah. So we are going to the top, yeah, the sides. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Can't we just fill this into a single face? Probably. Yes, then we're going to UV this and something like that, except that we are going to try to include yeah, I'll try to include at least this. Great, so we cannot isolate here because let's just hide this for a moment, because then we need to be on EEVEE to see the procedural texture, and there's no light present. This is good, a big one for the sides. What about the back? You can displace this. Yeah, need some support here. Well, it's not important that to look this from the back in for the most part, so you can any pattern here will do. And so now we just need something for this, because this is sci-fi, then we can just should I even, yeah, let's keep it disconnected. Inset, extrude, we'll do some sort of button thing. I don't really know, but it doesn't matter. Something that is not totally manual, that will be automatic, except that it's unclear what that thing should be. So just want to get maybe, no, this glass is looking good from this angle. Yeah, I'll leave this, and so maybe here and here we're gonna keep this wood and just do something like that. You can also try some other structure, yes, why not, but it's too easy to get some bad. Okay, let's pick this and this, and okay, that is good. Then I go here, let's pick the whole normals. What we could do for the borders, well, we could just scale this, Alt S actually, or is this dangerous? Yeah, this can be dangerous for, we just want to scale this up, right? Yeah, can stay like here, and I'm not sure about what to do with the, if there we see this, maybe we just need to change the scale here, scale up. Get some slight intersections. Yeah, let's get it some slight intersections. And then it just does this. This is fine. And then we need to get the shape key now. Let's make a quick highlight for that. This is gonna be fun. So it's the shape key for open, close cabinet shelves asset. What's the name of this in English? I don't know. Animation cabinet shelf asset. Okay, this. So we're going to. We have the asset here, right? It has some crazy animations, crazy materials, and that is here a shelf that is in the same object, but it's so select linked by normal. It's just a different mesh island. So we're just gonna pick. Forgot to. The stars are here. So we got very simple in this case. I'm not even bother creating an armature object for that, right? Just get the shape key basis, then the base is this, then we're gonna augment this one, then this the one will be open, and so the basis will be close, and so go on open. I'm gonna edit mode here, do this on edit mode, so you can do this, but this will open both so this cannot be fixed. So here we go, we got this automation. No, it's not automated, but we got the shape key, and I would have to apply the mirror modifier and remake this, desymmetrize this thing, but for, let's say that for a, I don't want to. Our way would be to separate this into, right, the different object, and it wouldn't suffer from the mirror modifier. I want to keep the mirror modifier because I might want to make more stuff, and so keeping procedural for me, it's like safe, right? But of course it's not. Sometimes we need to do this this stuff, so to apply the procedural stuff, otherwise things won't work. Like very common in rigging, but here in other workflows as well. So, but what I've been doing, so let's see if I can do something special about this object this time. What I've been doing, I've been assetizing this. So it has plenty of linked materials which could cause problems. We're going to, when I gonna go for a certain process here. So this we're gonna call T cabinet 01. Yeah. We can reuse some of parts of it to make just specific shelves and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get this thing to I don't even, yeah, I've scaled it according to the bed, so this was not ideal. Let's pick the character and see, just before I bring it as an asset, let's see if it should match approximately, because yeah, it's pretty nice actually. So I could just, it's easier if it's just, why are you inside this? Okay, no, let's go here. Okay, it's easier if it's just a single object, so I don't want to separate the others. Let's keep it simple. So it's called T for asset, right? T cabinet 01, and it has, it's called actually, okay, I'm gonna do this just to try something here. Okay, then gonna save, we're gonna open here the props furniture, and now I want to asset mark it, but only in here, not in the other. So the problem is that I cannot bring it from the library asset, right? Because it's not asset stuff. So one way would be to just append. Then we'll have to do the old-fashioned way, scenery, which this can be very painful. Dirty lounge. Okay, so what is it that I think it's an object in this case? I don't think it will, it's not parented. So let's say that, yeah, it's a search T cabinet. In this case it's not a rigged model. That should, I don't know about this stuff, so I'm gonna just do this and hope. Okay, so something arrived here in the scene. Ah, there it is. Okay, it's displaced like this because, okay, but some materials were lost, so this is not a problem of the, this is a very interesting problem. I want to report it to the Blender developers, because this is, I'll need some files, it's tricky to explain, but basically these materials, they came from this scene precisely, and because I've appended this from a file that we're using this as linked from this file, and I bring this as an asset from here, it breaks the links, so I don't even, so this is super broken, I think, because, well, if you are linked from here, if this material was linked from this furniture blend file, then okay, just now you're not auto break the link and make yourself a fake user, right? But no, it prefers to delete. At least we can, the UVs are correct. At least I can see what was the thing. So if I remember what was the, this was bricks, not this one, but this one. This was glass inner space. The lighting is different here, so this was, I guess, yeah, this was glass, simple glass. One was unused, I guess. so I'll have to try. Oh no, I remember. This one was the cube. Okay, this is here. I don't know, because this is coming from the other, right? It's not okay. So if we check here on with transparency, okay, so this is one and nothing. No. Apparently, oh yes, there are two. Okay, so I need to, I remember now. So it's frame, animated frame 01 and 02, I guess, but I don't remember which was which, so it doesn't really matter if it looks good. Yes, I think that sort of works. And then let's check the open thing. I believe it's fine. So yes, so finally, to complete this thing, if I were to fix the thing, you could just apply the, so you could have, yeah, so now I'm gonna stop animation. Okay, we're gonna delete this, erase this, right? Then we're gonna asset mark this. Then we're gonna bring this to the furniture collection. There's no empty object parenting this stuff, so here I can probably just shift D, and this could be okay, it's nothing, right? It's and call it applied. Yeah, this is weird, but so that let's do this apply. Okay, modifier cannot with shape key, no problem, because I have a add-on called apply modifier with shape key. It's shape key keeper. It's an extension. S key keeper, this one. So in principle it works buglessly, so it is very good. It automates one very hard problem of shape keys. So it's apply, yeah, chosen, so you can pick which one you want to apply. Mirror just has mirror anyways, just wanted to show. Then of course the problem is now I applied, but then we have this still happening, but then we can fix this with that traditional technique, right, in which we get we would have sort of a vertex group to focus, right? I'm not sure how to shelf left. Normal, yes, I think I'm selected, and shelf right. So we can have this open left, and then we're gonna duplicate, where is it? New shape from mix. Okay, it's another open, but we're gonna open right, so we need just to use the this and the other this, and so yes, so that solves the things. And I could, okay, so we could do differently. What is invalid pointer? I don't know what was that. Maybe this point thing cannot be, not sure, so maybe it relates to this, but seems to be working. Anyways, I have a backup of this, so what we can do here instead, we're gonna assetize this because it's more appropriated to work with. So we're gonna call this 001 because that means, yeah, no, we're gonna call it cabinet. It's the type 1 cabinet, so just gonna mark as asset, then we're gonna bring it back to, yeah, to furniture. Then we're going to this one, which is marked as asset, gonna clear asset, and we're gonna have here backup 01 backup, so it's the pre-applied, right? And I don't have a specific positioning for them, so I just need to know here which was. Here, for example, is the same thing. This is before applied the boolean. So because this is in the separate scene, it's not costly, right? Here we could do the same for this plant because of the geometry nodes of this, and yeah, and so forth. So this is how I've been doing this, and then we can just go back to the scenery, dirty lounge, and now it will be much simpler to to fix this. So this is not an asset. We're gonna just go to the asset browser here, and we're going to find the props cabinet. Well, it is unassigned, so I forgot that. So we're gonna, okay, anyways, we're gonna bring it here. Then we're going to, I don't know why it is in this selection, but we want this, actually T for assets. Yeah, this is starting to get me confused. So we're gonna make library override make just selected, then we bring this here, and now we get it here, then we shift select is the active now, the old one. We're gonna do a copy location, Control C, copy rotation. Apparently it didn't work. Okay, they are double there. Okay, so this is the original. This I can delete now because I already secured it. And so here we could, okay, we cannot rename, but okay, so we're gonna bring it back here again. Gonna library override, just selected, and so this, then this one, Control C location, Control C rotation, just in case, and then we can unlink or delete this one. No, unlink. And so here is the one, and if everything is correct now, if I check the shape key, it should be... I cannot animate it, so probably I need to make content. Yes, so it is working. I could create some driver for this, but I don't have any good idea. Here we have to make two controls. I have one for this. It's too boring to make this stuff. Looks like we've lost some material in this door. Okay, first this glass seems to be inverted. I didn't realize that. Then secondly, something happened about this material. Okay, this material is broken. Glass in space. All right. I think it happened to... Now this one is correct. Okay, so it could have broken other glass space for this scene, but so far everything... Okay, so everything seems fine here. This time we could then make more of that, like Shift D. And maybe a Legion. Just checking if that can work. Like, it's not a horrid idea. Of course, you don't want it in front like that in this particular case. And it's also on front of stuff, so maybe this is okay, this sort of intersections, although it doesn't feel good to have this space behind, but that's fine. It's not so... We can fill that with plants also. So here I need to realize what I could do about this one. So probably the same idea. We're gonna try to push it into the structures. Shift D, then rotate 90. Still got this star. It's a mistake. Alright, so here I think if we place it here, it will just be. I need some another thing in this area because of this. Why if I hide this, we keep having and clear. Okay, so these glasses are cool in this area, but we probably could do something else. Here the idea of having these shelves maybe lower or higher on the wall, yeah, like I could try to remake this, make someone like this, but for the ceiling or region, yeah, some sort of high standing. So here, this will not be the way to go. Okay, here we have the chance to use them again. So here I wanted some sort of a desk, but yeah, there is enough space for a desk. And since the light is there, probably we should place this here, but let's try. Just see what happens if we do this. But if, yeah, no, it's not good. Too compressed. So just one is good enough. One and then the desk. Yeah. And this we'll see later. Here we could think to get maybe some others here. What about some this is probably not a good idea. This is actually not a terrible idea. We can improve this in many ways. It combines because it's the same texture with the wood. Sort of make it more private area. And from here is also very cool. If it were not for the excessive light, but we'll have books here, so that will be... Yeah, so this is very nice. I like... It's unexpected. And we could also do this to replicate the... Not sure if it is ideal, but let's see. We could see here. Now we can't see the inverse, right? Unless we did Okay, never mind. I don't know how to do this. Let's just do the basic here. Just checking. No, this is not good. So this is okay, and this can be okay as well. Yeah, this is slightly better. At least it gives some content, immediate content. Then we can, of course, try another trick, which would be to leave an entrance. So here we start to have some possibilities. This also works. Yes, this also works. If this thing is not in front, right? I have a little challenge here placing this asset. Like, things should not be in front. So we could keep this and larger entrance is also nice, but I don't know, I like this particular one, symmetric. Not necessarily these mirrors, but if you don't have the mirror, you can push it more to this area, and so you have something more like this. And then probably could fill this with some other something else, maybe other assets. Just like to have this distinction here. Yeah, so probably would like to include some other stuff. Let's continue here, see if there's anything anywhere to place this in the opposite direction. Oh yeah, here I think we can already benefit. Like this or like this. Okay, a bit like this. Here maybe also. Yes, this is a good spot. Yes, they were meant for this in some ways, you can say. Crazy intersection, but it doesn't help in that part, yeah. But if I change the asset there, we could do this. So yeah, I can probably push these things a little forward maybe. This is very easy actually to manipulate. This is playground. The problem is that those things, they do not tilt, so you have to find they need to force their alignment in other ways. I wish that geometry nodes had more setups to implement these things like more spontaneously, because this is the whole idea. I think one of the biggest things you can do with geometry nodes, in my opinion, is this kind of workflow. If you get something that can lead to this kind of skin modifier, but like next level, like probably there's a way to make your own. Yeah, I did this with the here, but super simplistic, like it's not, but it's already a variation, not an improvement, but a different possibility than this pure basic skin modifier. I have to manipulate this. I think it's not, I'm not liking this current state here. It's in front of the glass. Yes, this is better. Alright, so I think there's no more place here for others, so maybe we can still place. Yeah, so I'm gonna Alt D or Shift D here, doesn't matter because they are I see. We could also try again the same trick here. Shift D, let's try to I don't want to be placing stuff always in front of this. Currently they seem to have lost their materials. I knew something would break that I would have forgot, so this we need to material was not substituted. Okay. It's just for this glass were made in this scene, not from the assets which are linked. So like this table, which use the glass in space. We see where it broke here, because this is still not outside. Wait, it is. Yeah, you see here. This we're gonna, but because this is a linked one, when I do this, it should fix for. This one, yes. And these ones are all broken, but they are, it's the same story. I need to. So this is the kind of stuff. So just because I've decided to unlink to in order to edit, and I think I accidentally saved. Okay, so there is this one, then there is same here. This we already fixed. This one is the rest, I guess. No, we're still here. Let's save. Again, this one. This is still also not assetized. It's a collection, so this is tricky. I fixed for. It takes so much time, and it's so it's so annoying to do this for. I fixed this one in this sense. They are part of a linked collection, assetized collection. They are done. Here, it's inside this linked collection. Because this object, the vase of the plant, is the parent of this. You need to, in order to have, do not assetize both, nor just the parent. Actually, you must assetize the collection. And so when we duplicate the collection, and then it will bring everything together. And for linking, we link the collection. And then the collection is like an asset, like this, the vase and the plant. So this is super annoying. It's simple, but it's the possibility to create issues is insane. The steps that are needed also are annoying. What about one cabinet right here? I'm not so sure about these ones, but I stopped it here because I was testing this setup, but I think it's not a good idea. Yeah, let's delete these ones. These don't seem to be in a positive space. Yeah, not good. I don't think I'll place any one of them here, so we're gonna keep pushing them to. Why not? it doesn't fit, right? Yeah. But note that this thing doesn't have the other direction. Meaning that if there were space there, I could do something. But doesn't seem like a great idea. Better spot for plants. Alright, so there is here. Okay, so in this place it could work because there's the window, then we have this thing, and we have it just doesn't fit right. So okay, so the question is what to do about this. I'm moving the wrong asset. Okay, the plant is almost grabbing someone there. Okay, this we can fix like individually. So this is one of the. It's not a bad idea plant here, but it also worked. Here is also cool, or not. I've displaced those things, yeah. hold on, I got another idea here. Yeah, so this will make it too, even if I didn't have this, it's too close, it's too, yeah, in the middle of everything. We need something more like this. And this we can scale along the y-axis. Okay, this is good. Then we bring this here, and we can have other assets here, but now this I believe this is making a better composition now. And we could have this here. Is this possible? Not too much for the seats. Let's just leave it also free to go to in front of that window. Here, this one maybe not. So maybe just one table here. Sorry. Not sure this seat will be fine. Yeah, there's some valuable place there. Alright, so cabinet shelves done. And that single asset able to populate this in many ways and make it way more interesting. Also this, yeah. So it makes huge difference. Alright, so I think the rest will be simpler. Well, desk is relatively simple. This I think I leave the plants for the last, because by the desk I'll be doing some small things that can be done in, they are somewhat necessary to, we can make some also a collection of pens and stuff like that, pencils. Also sheet of paper, maybe, not sure, it could be digital anyways, but books, we need to fill those shelves in many ways with some, all sorts of assets, so random stuff. And once I have, yeah, so, and the fern ceiling is like the last challenge here. We have already 3 types of, yeah, we have this alien tree, then this other alien tree, and a third one which will be a fern hanging from everywhere. That will be like a, it will make this place like a jungle, and that's the future. Jungle city, jungle room. So the combination, right, of nature and architecture. Yeah, I'm exaggerating, but it's not exactly the, yeah, and you can see if this is a living being. In principle it is not, but it mimics the shape of the tree. And so after, let's assume I complete everything this, and then don't need this landscape. Yeah, very, this could take one day because I'm still doing this slowly. I don't have all the materials, and could use some Blender kit. No, I'm doing all my, I want original stuff, right? And in the future I can, because it's like in some ways my first time making a project like that, so I prefer to keep the originality and keep learning, right, to how to make my own stuff. I think the value of learning is very important for the long-term process, right? Long-term. I mentioned this because in these crazy times we're living, right, there's a lot of people talking about content, right, this philosophy of making money, and of course it's fundamental, but it's not the only thing that exists, right? Art is not just about money, right? So otherwise I wouldn't be doing it, right? I'd be working on a company, or as a teacher or something boring and whatsoever. So, or working for the industry with lots of restraint and maybe some money, probably not a lot either. So it's very important to not fall from this ludicrous or maniac philosophy of pure production, right? It hurts the spirit, right? It just makes everyone an asshole except the true artists. No, I'm exaggerating, but it's just bullshit, right? I sense this, right? So whenever someone is talking about, I focused on a lot of that not performance exactly, but could be associated to that. I mean, improving the workflow. This is you know what this is? This is bullshit talk about management of teams. It's how to make money exploiting other people. It's all about this. All this discourse of this language of performance of you can do this faster in yeah, but a plant, a human being, so a living being requires time to grow well, to grow sane. A kids develop, they grow fast, but they need time, right? So, and the artist is this, about cultivation and human being as a whole. So if you cultivate, the only thing that we cultivate is fast and perfect and all this, then this certainly has a deep cost in the mindset, the body, the and so that's very important to consider as well. And I think there is not enough discourse in this sense. Maybe I can talk this way because I'm from the 80s and there were no public internet or at that time. The digital era was just starting, about to start in my country. So it was the timing of things was very different than the madness that is today, and we see the results, right? Everyone knows how crappy it is. Maybe not everyone, because there are some people that came from the already were born in these crazy times of everything needs to be speed. No, this is certain things. It's good to be fast, but you need to have time to. And why not also share the time? Like, imagine, sorry, I'm just chatting here some ideas, but I think today will be this. I'm just gonna make a last revision, so feel free to leave, folks, if you need, because I'm not gonna complete more assets here today. If you have any question about the scene, feel free to ask also, or anything here, feel free to chat something there. I'll answer. I'll do my best. So what I was talking about, yeah, I just forgot. It's the same idea of the kid that needs time to grow fast, to grow slowly, and there's not enough sometimes. Yeah, I remember. For example, an RPG session, right? It's not about how fast can you, if you are a game master. I don't know, maybe you've never played RPG, but it's a sort of very artistic game in the sense that it can be there's the interpretation, performance, acting, right? Creating characters and universes. Can be very creative in all sorts of imagining worlds, scenes and possibilities, designing maps and stuff like that. So basically the tabletop RPG or text RPG, any RPG that is this more creative one. So the more organic one, right? Then the RPG game is like that. You're not going to a session to see how fast we can win the game or how fast the game master can tell the story or express what's happening to the scene. This is not useless, but it's the least important thing. Usually you want to be in the show, you want to be part of the story, and you follow the flow of the story. If the story is too slow or maybe too fast, but this story has a bad pace, people will complain and they then we'll say something. But in most time, this is not what people have to complain about. It's about bad stories, about the other unfair stuff and whatever. But in principle, the game is to be enjoyed in its own pace, and it has nothing to do with the of course it's gaming, it's play, but a lot of things in the art, the creation, the project, it's also in the realm of playfulness, gaming. Not everything, of course, it can't be fun every time. It's a lot of suffering, of pain, but yeah, to procure out this whole scene, which is almost completed, I'd say. Lots of pain, nothing so much in the process, but in between, and the state that I required to just reach this. So I wanted to be faster, and that these assets and this production allowed faster resources, I mean money and stuff like that. For now I have to wait for the production to pay off. So folks, here no rigging today. Maybe this is lucky day for everyone. So the character here, Dorothy. So now that the scenery is almost finished for this thing, let's make some render here to check what happens. So I absolutely need to focus more on the character and achieve the final states of the rig, because she's also almost there. Well, it's okay. These assets are combining well with the composition. Nothing too wrong about them. This compositor setup, there are many ways to set it in place for okay, this is a good one for the camera. Let's see what we can do about you can see the thumbnails. We'll try to navigate here and see what we can get. Yeah, this seems a good composition. Yeah, a bit stuff are a bit just everywhere, right? A bit chaotic. Let's try this shot here. The one thing seems good. I don't know what's happening to the lighting of it. They seem to be exploding. There might be some very powerful emission there. It's not horrible, but it's doing too much, right? Even the workbench is looking colorful, slightly colorful enough with all the things that are composing this scene. So I'm gonna still save this render because it sounds cool, but let's see this emission. Yeah, so here we're gonna access this from the I remember there is no special shader here. The shader that is being used is the Oh no, there's something else maybe. There is a material. No, the material is the wood, is not. It's not the wireframe. Yeah, it's just this material. There is nothing about it. It's just going to geometry. It's just going to the geometry of the store attribute. Movies. But now the material is still maybe this is unused. Set material. Okay, because some stuff here are instances, they need to be converted to mesh and set material. Okay, it's just I think I was just making a test here. Oh no, because okay, this is because this stuff is procedural UVs, so I need to need this store named attribute here to the vector face corner, then create a name here. But this doesn't need to go necessarily to a shader editor, like it was the case for this particular material here. This one goes into this one, so it's complicated, but it's not difficult, but it's complicated. So I need here to... So apparently the problem here is that this thing might have an emission that is brutal, or it's something about the lighting in the other scene. Okay, I don't see the material here, so we're gonna just add it maybe. Okay, so it's not anywhere here, we're gonna just assign it here so I can see it in the... Well, I could see in other ways, but this would be a... We have a very strong emission here indeed. Okay, I don't need this, I just want the... Now apparently I need to... Okay, let's go here. Okay, this use will be slow. Maybe this emission. Okay, so I reduced this emission here. We're gonna return. Yeah, maybe it improved a little, but it still might be seeing too much strain in this. But it's not from EEVEE directly. Okay, it was getting some strange tint. It's still getting. I'm not sure what's causing it, but we're getting slightly better result now. So folks, that's it, will be this for today. Hope you like the content what's being built here. So for this week we'll continue doing the assets here. I think I will be totally finishing this because 3 days at most. No, yeah, 3 days should be fine to conclude all these assets, right? Some things can be more time consuming, especially this, because I would like to be creating these ferns in many spots. But desk, we're gonna do these little assets which are more manipulatable. Then it could take time because they are small. I want them to look good enough, so there might need some variations for books in the rooms. And no book is a computer, right? Not a note book. And then this also, if I ever gonna decide to make them here, have you ever looked at a planet or in a astronomic what is called amplification, right? With not bare eye, but just that I saw Saturn once in one of these astronomical events, right? And we need to use special lens. It's like a ball with a mini ball with like shining like the moon, even more. It's crazy. It's like, and of course with the ring shining as well. It's a ball with a ring all shining the same color. Super bright, somewhat greenish, but image that stick, because it's not something we see every day with so much resolution. Like, I mean, you see from space, if you look one of this, you wouldn't see the rings shining, but there you could see rings shining on the. So I would like to do some sort of a high emissive planet, something like that. This is the idea that I had here. And asteroids, some rocks, floating rocks. Maybe I even have the rocks materials that I would use for that. So asteroids would be easier. Yeah, those things are just funny to do. But once this is achieved here, I will be doing the rig of the character. Meanwhile, though, there is some integration of the line art of the grease pencil that I need to revise, just trying to improve. I would really like to make an adaptive color system, like some graphism of Disney in the 70s, where maybe it's so that the grease pencil color tint will adapt according to the object or according even to the material. I don't know. These are adaptive colors. I don't know if it is possible to automate this adaptation. I know it is possible to make multiple line art objects or modifiers, so you can target with the same multiple elements in the scene. But this can also, my experience that this modifier is very laggish, and so I would like to test on a more complex scene like this with a lot of stuff. And if the results are good, well, performative, well, then this will be big stuff, because this will make these graphics like what I'm doing here. It will be like wow, that will be like super good looking regarding what we could consider stylized look, right? Because right now it's just a single one and it is boring, right? It's nice often, but it's, at the same time, it's just boring. It's just there because it's better with it. You see, the hair is very nice. On the other features, more or less. and there are some areas where it can be destructive, so you need to be careful about those things. Some weird shadings there. There's also a critique someone made about the composition, which is that the character in relation to the scenery, some parts of the scenery are too high resolution, actually too much detail. So this is true in some part. My main concern, this is not a good quality render to compare between character and scenery, but the fact is that my main concern since the beginning was to not so much about the density of the details, like harmonizing the density of details here and there, was more about the color and the lighting, right? To harmonize those in the composition and the style, of course, the style of what happens to the character and so this was a color matter, not so much a density detail matter. And now, yes, it makes sense that if I can't get some better results with just remember that maybe I'm using a mist pass. Maybe it's the mist pass that is causing this excessive lighting, this different lighting that I was seeing here. Let's check this thing and see. So I was bringing this mist pass to, I think it's this thing. Yeah, so it's very far away, so then I just, no, I'll have to it's just all mixing. Wait, we have a switch. Okay, so there's a switch without and with the mist pass. So this is with, and this is without. No, it's not the mist pass responsible for this excessive, slightly excessive brightness. Some other stuff there, but I could just, let's do some crazy things here. Let's switch here, let's see if we get, this is posterize, and then we have other stuff. This for the workbench. I don't remember which they are switchable according to scenes, but here you can get some black and white stuff. Here, if you want to sort of this will be better if we want to use the, yeah, this will desaturate, right? Because it's turning all the workbench into a black and white grayscale, and so this can be useful notably for this thing here if we want to use this, but it improves a little, but I found out that also it can be nice to Oh yeah, there's another one. There's this. Nope, oh, my blender crashed. Alright folks, so this will be it for today. So thanks for watching, take care and happy blending. See ya soon. If you are interested, I'm doing this every day, every night at this point, this time of the day, whatever time it is for you, and soon enough, yeah, by the end of the week these assets should be completed on the scene, and the character rig will be the last thing remaining, because I probably will not be able to complete it. There are a few more things there, but I'll be pushing as much as I can, even offline. So thanks for watching again folks, take care and happy blendering. Good luck on your projects. See you soon folks.